Uh, so hello and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm actually trying something different, which is a origami design class. Now, this first class I might make more is specifically about box pleating design. That's going to be on a 16 by 16 grid, which I have folded here. And also now might be a good time to mention, if I'm doing like this, you should be going like this. So, because it's upside down, because of the angle. Now, first, in box plating, we have to have an idea of what we're going to make. Now, today I was thinking a model inspired by Origami by Boyce's Chibi Fake Head Empty, which is basically just a small little dude with a square face. But, I have a 8 by 8 grid here to, help demonstrate things, but there are a few things you need to know. First, I'm going to be starting on the side with the valley folds. I actually don't know what I'm going to be making. You can pre-crease, but I find it easier when designing to just fold. Folding like this, where you're coordinating both edges, but then they meet like that to make a point, is actually quite common. But then the other thing is rabbit ears, which you might see. So if I have something like this, I might do two diagonals here. And if you see that rabbit ear has to have a hinge, or else it will just lay flat. So if you want it to lay flat that way, it has a hinge. And then the other way that I'm not going to be covering here is making flaps, which is basically like this. And you fold that and makes a flap. But I'm not going to be covering it. Also, a normal rabbit ear would be like that, but a box pleated rabbit ear looks more like that. Now, first thing we're going to do is bring the edges together to find the center, which is right here. And for this design, I'm going to have a square in the middle, so just mount and fold that. I think it actually might be better to start on the other side. Anyway, we're going to mount and fold a rectangle in the middle, 2 units, and then we're gonna take a 2 by 2 area at the top. Notice the bottom of it, then mount and fold sideways like that. Now valley that, and make a rabbit ear there. This makes the head, and now I'm gonna do it on the other side because it's easier. We'll be working on the left side since I did that. But then you'll want to collapse this corner. Actually, what I'm going to do is take this rabbit ear here and don't collapse this flap. Instead, make it an accordion and then start collapsing. So we can optionally add fingers. And then I'm gonna collapse in like a normal. Oh dear. Well, I'm gonna try to collapse in. When you get some here, where like this, you have basically no choice but to do a partial, which basically means mountain folding these edges and folding them together in a little rabbit ear. It's actually going to be a valley folded partial. But it's basically called partial because it's, half of the paper. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. And I'm going to make that partial. Now we're going to work on the body. We're actually going to take about here, which is 3 units down if you, well, 4 units down from the top if you fold the head back. Mountain fold it. Then we're actually going to rabbit ear the head. To make a neck kind of thing. Now we're gonna start collapsing in from the sides. A very clean model. And what we're going to do is fold this out and swing the legs behind. Squash that kind of. Now for the hand shaping. We're just going to use that and then kind of pinch that to make a thumb. And then mountain fold the rest of the arm. And I'm just gonna shape it how I want. Again, push in that whole piece. Kind of squash that out to make mountain, fold it, the arm, and swivel it. And then we're actually gonna do a spread squash on the foot, which basically means pulling apart these two. And just pushing that down. So it makes something kind of like that. I'm folding it back up. So now you can see this is flat and can be folded out to make a foot. And then folded back in. I do the same thing on the other side. And actually, when I first started recording this, I did not know what this was going to be. However, I'm probably going to put a thumbnail up of this, so you will probably know. Now we have a basic person with like plainer face. If you do want to make a more rounded face, you can by like kind of holding those tips down to make it more octagonal. Nice little character, but I hope you enjoyed that. And inspiration credit to Origami by Boyce, but very nice little model I just made. I call it stick person, but that's basically the model. And now you see how I design models. And perhaps you can make that a more efficient design, like destroy those partials. Quite annoying, but yeah. So, have fun folding.